Good morning. Welcome to another episode of Groovi Tuesday. My name is Paul Church from Clarity Craft here in the UK, and today we're joined by the lovely Louise. Good morning, Louise.
Good morning, Paul. Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's doing all right out there.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody is. So we'll just give it a few moments for people to find the room. The lovely Grace is joining us in the room this morning, in the virtual room. So if you've got any questions, she's there to help. Hopefully the sound is all nice and clear. I can see we have many friends over on YouTube already. Good morning.
Morning, everyone.
We think because we broadcast on both our YouTube channel and Facebook. With the YouTube, you can go into the room while you're waiting, and there's a lot of conversation. Normally, the first person. Normally the first person to comment in Facebook is normally lovely Mo, but Andrea's beaten her to it this morning. Good morning, and welcome. There we go.
Wow.
All the design team in there. We've got Jane and Glynis.
Jane and Glynis.
Good morning, everybody. Sound is good. Thank you, Gracie. There we go. So Louise, Barb announced a couple of weeks back, and you joined us on the first Sunday of the month as well, didn't you?
I did, yes.
When we launched the personalised Groovi plates.
Yes, they were very, very popular.
They have been very popular indeed. So Louise has come back to the Clarity family. She took a bit of a break, but you're back now.
I am, thank goodness.
Absolutely. A very long commute for Louise. Louise lives about 5 minutes up the road, if that.
I do.
And that's walking.
So much easier.
So much easier than driving virtually to the other side of London. So Louise will be joining us on Groovi Tuesday going forward, and she's going to be sharing with us. I mean, many of you would have seen Louise's lovely artwork when we showcase artwork from the design team, and I mean, just a little bit of background, Louise. So, introduction to parchment craft. How did you get started?
So I went to a retreat with you and Barbara about in 2017, I believe.
Right.
Long time ago. And I was doing the retreat with the stamp and the stencils, and then the second day we did a afternoon of Groovi.
Yeah.
So that's my introduction. I'd never done it before. I'd seen the wonderful Pergamano artwork before and had a kit. But
was that the box kit that had? Yeah.
Like you, I didn't have anybody to show me how to use it, or I didn't know how you did it, how you got started. So, but I went to a retreat, and then Barbara actually offered me a job on that day. She
wow.
liked my artwork. And so then I started working at Clarity.
Yeah.
And I just loved all of the Groovi plates, the designs of it, because I used to do a lot more stamp and stencil work.
Right.
Now I've kind of leaned over more to parchment. I love the parchment art and the traditional side. I love learning new techniques and just keep on learning.
And you used to travel all the way down to Wales to go to workshops run by the lovely Linda Williams.
Yeah, Linda and Gail's workshops. They were really lovely. Showing so many different, you had the traditional side and then you had more Groovi, and I decided to do more traditional because I just wanted to stretch my learning techniques and just keep on learning how to do all these different techniques, tools, the colouring.
So you've learnt from the best.
Yeah.
So Louise is going to be sharing all of her knowledge with us over the coming weeks in Groovi Tuesday. And I'm really looking forward to that. And what we thought we would do, kicking off from next week, because I'll finish my project today using Jazz's Rosie sampler plate. We were doing some Pico cutting last week, so I've done a little bit more. I said I'd have it all finished this week, but it's been a little bit busy. What was sort of the various shows we've been doing here on Clarity TV, up at Hobby Maker, and we've got our half price club member sale going on as well. Now, if you are in the club and you maybe you're in the Groovi Club, the Stamp Club, or the Stencil Club, if you tuned in yesterday at 2 o'clock, you would have heard that we've extended the half price club, the members half price sale, until midnight on Wednesday. And the reason we've done that is because was that a cheer, Louise? And the reason being that on Saturday, it was BT and EE were having network issues. So if your service provider was BT or EE, you may have experienced problems getting emails, getting onto the internet, making phone calls. So what we decided to do, because we saw there was a lot on Facebook, people panicking, oh, I'm going to miss out, I'm going to miss out. So we took the decision yesterday so that nobody misses out to extend it until midnight on Wednesday. So there's still time. Yesterday we was going through the various different clubs with Barbara, so you can go back to, if you go to the claritycrafts.com website, there's a little blue button that says Clarity TV. If you go in there and go to the Catch Up and Craft, you can go into one of the previous episodes where Barb goes through the various different clubs. So if you've been thinking about, maybe, do we have any new friends in the room today? I wonder if we've got any newbies in the room today.
That'd be interesting to know.
Yeah, so if you're new, say hello, don't be shy. We're a friendly bunch here, aren't we?
We are a very friendly bunch. Everybody on the chat's very friendly as well.
Absolutely. Louise is able to watch the chat as I'm waffling along. What's going on in the chat then, Louise?
I don't know, there's just a lot of people just... somebody did say about they had a Pergamano kit as well. I saw that. So yeah, I think a few people probably had the Pergamano kits.
Yeah, I think it's the beauty of that artwork, that style, the elegance. And
it's very elegant.
For me, it was that white work and the sort of just the monochromatic look of the black and white.
Black and white.
Yeah, that got me every time. And that's why I bought the traditional Pergamano kit. But as many of you know, I'm heavy-handed, I'm impatient, and I kept going through it. So when Groovi came along, and did you know in June of this year, it's going to be the 10th anniversary since Groovi was launched.
Gosh,
where has that time gone?
The time's gone.
So there we go. So we can see we've got lots of chat in the room as well. Okay, so what I thought we'd do is have a quick recap on what we've been looking at over the past 9 weeks with Jazz's lovely samplers. We'll finish off what I've been working on during the course of that. And then I thought we'd shine a light on the brand new all-in-one collection from Tina Cox that we launched on Friday. And this is where Louise is going to be taking us next week. Okay, so Louise has already decided which one is her favorite out of the 4 plates from Tina. Keeps going from Tina. And then starting next week, she's going to be taking us through step by step on how we can recreate Tina's artwork with ease.
Yes, and I'm excited for that.
Right, okay. So if we have a look at the plates from Jazz. So there were 2 plates that we launched back in, I think it was November of last year. So these are 2 A4 plates, okay. There is a bundle available, and if you're in the club, they are half price. Okay, so basically, if you go for the bundle, you pay for one, and you get that one for free. Okay, no win really. Is win-win.
That, can you?
No. So if you're interested in the bundle, the item number for that is 42401. However, if you just want the Rosie, then I know that's like £12, half price for club members. If you want the festive, get ahead on your Christmas cards, then the item number for that is 42395. And the idea behind these plates that Jazz came up with when she was working with Bob, perfect for your mini makes.
Yes.
Okay. Now the coasters, these will fit in your coasters.
Inside the coasters.
They do indeed. And we looked at this one and we worked through this, and I put mine in a coaster and sent it up to lovely Maggie. So while she's recuperating. So Barbara very kindly took that up for us. So you've got 6 different designs, but you can mix and match, can't you? Because you've also got 6 frames on there.
I was going to say, I was just looking at the frames. I was saying for any kind of work you wanted to do, the frames on these plates are really beautiful as well.
And I think this is one of my favourite ones, because if you take that trio of roses out, you could turn it round and you can go that way, couldn't you?
I'd make a rose wreath with that. That would look really lovely. Just
See,
like a round circle of roses.
Louise's brain is ticking away.
I can't help it.
So you've got your roses, you've got your thank you, you've got your lovely lattice on there. The heart, we've been working on the heart the past few weeks from a piece of artwork created by the lovely Glynis. See, I love this scroll.
I do.
And this would look lovely in 4 corners, or just as it's been designed there, to top and tail a sentiment.
Yes, and that would look nice in a diamond shape on a card, and then you've got
Yes.
these 2 corners around the outside.
See, Louise is...
Yeah. Can't help myself.
No, absolutely. And then we have a look at the festive one. But I've often said, Louise, that this one isn't really festive. There's got some festive elements to it, like mistletoe. But these could be dahlias, couldn't they?
Yeah, it could be.
Depending on how you colour them. They could be...
anything you want.
Yeah, wedding bells, if you don't add in the zigzag. I always see this one as a little birdhouse.
Yes, yeah. Could have a tiny little bird
popping out. Then you've got the star with those flourishes around the outside, and then the candles. Well, candles for any occasion.
Exactly,
Birthday,
Christmas.
Confirmation, Christmas. Just use one of them. Have
again,
more.
The frames are lovely again as well, aren't they?
They are. So you can mix and match on. Yeah, it just gives you that. I love this one. A little dotted effect around the outside.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So that's what we've been looking at over the past few weeks. And the piece of artwork where I took my inspiration from was this piece here, created by the lovely Glynis.
That's lovely.
Okay, so what Glynis has done, she's taken the design exactly how it comes, but she's been perforating and picot cutting in between that lovely lattice work. Now, a couple of weeks back, well, it's probably over a month now, Barb did a craft along. Did you do that though?
I watched it.
The dragonfly craft along in the coaster. And that was a piece that Barb created for her mum quite a while back in the early days of Groovi. And what they did was Barb showed how we can take a design, move it around to create cutting areas.
I saw some lovely artwork afterwards of all sorts of different people.
And people would use different images.
Yeah. It didn't have to just be dragonflies. It could have been flowers, butterflies, whatever you wanted, really.
Absolutely. So if you've missed out on that craft along, again, you can go to the claritycrafts.com website. And if you go to, it's like online workshops, moments of clarity, there's a section on the website. You click in there and you'll be able to go back and find it. There was a downloadable ingredients list.
Yes.
So you could download that, tick it off, and then just watch it at your leisure. But I know it was really sort of great fun, and I think a lot of people really enjoyed that.
But also you can go back and do it whenever you need to.
Absolutely.
Watch it the first time and then go back and then craft along with it.
Yeah, I think that's what many of our friends at home do. I think they watch and then go back because we have that facility to be able to go back and do that.
Yeah. It's nice the first time being able to have a little chat with people on Facebook or YouTube, and then you can go back and do it when
absolutely. Because I think some of our friends at home, I think they need to watch to see where the journey's progressing to get maybe a better understanding of the complete process.
Definitely.
Whereas other friends, they can do it in real time sort of thing. What type of person are you? Do you have to watch it all first to see how it plays out?
I like to watch. I like to watch and kind of get involved.
Yeah.
And then I will go back and I will, when I've done workshops in the past, I would just watch it a second time and then just pause it
at the point while you're doing it.
Definitely. Get to watch it twice then.
There you go. And that's it. And it's all free as well.
Yeah,
which is great, isn't it?
All of the demos and workshops and craft alongs.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's have a look at this piece of artwork. This was everything I'm going to be using this morning is half price in the club member sale. So these are the pockets and voucher pouches. So look, you've got a little voucher in there. Let me just zoom out on that one so we can see. So you've got the little voucher pouch in there. Perfect for holding your little ATCs.
Yeah, definitely. It doesn't have to be for voucher. It can be to send to your PTC or ATC partner.
Oh yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Yeah, so you could do exactly.
In a pouch.
Yes.
Hide the PTC in there.
Perfect idea. I've still got to do my one. I know Barb's still got to do her, but that would be a great way, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
So you get your little PTC or ATC, and then you could decorate a little card to send it all off, and it keeps it nice and secure.
How amazing would that be to receive nice ATC or PTC in that?
Yeah, because many of our friends that take part in the PTC or AT swap, they send a covering card as well.
Do,
so that would be beautiful.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Wow,
That's
great.
lovely with the red as well. That does.
See, you can tell Louisa's got all these ideas going on in her head, and it's brilliant because sometimes I often take it for granted that everybody knows and everything else. So it's nice to have a fresh young face in the room with these ideas and a different twist on things as well to share with everybody. So let's go back to that piece of artwork. So this is where I took my inspiration, and I said last week in between the shows I'd finished doing all my perforating and picot cutting. Okay, I'm almost there.
You did half your homework.
I did half my homework. Wow. Louise is going to be a very hard taskmaster, I can see. So what I did was I finished off my perforating, and to do that, I used our 2-needle fine tool. Now, these tools are also in the half price member sale. So I'm going to swap over to the camera over here. And if I hold this for a moment, it should focus. There we go. So if I take, so the ones that are vertical, okay, that's your 2-needle fine. And the ones, and you can see they're smaller. I was thinking, and then the ones that are going across the tool, but I suppose you could say, well, if you turn it that way. But when you look at the tool, it's got the slant to it. Okay, so if it goes from the top to the bottom on the slant, then it's your fine. And if it's going from the left to right or across, then it's your bold. Now, for me, I found that the bold needle tool, the fine needle tool worked better for this area in which I'm working.
Yes.
Okay. I tend to take the easy way out and go bold because the holes are bigger. Okay. But there's definitely a difference between the fine and the bold when you get that picot cut, isn't there?
There is, yeah. You can definitely tell a difference
between the two on the actual picot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I ventured out and I went for the fine. So this is where the glasses come into play. Okay. So if I come back in on the overhead, so you can see, I don't know if I can come in any closer on that. I think that's as close as, yeah, that's as close as I made it. Now my perforating isn't perfect. Okay.
It's very good, I can see.
It's okay-ish, but it's the end result, isn't it?
It
What we're
is.
looking at is what it's going to look like when
Once
we're
it's all
completely finished. Yeah.
You won't notice.
So, sorry, just got a question coming in from Grace from the room. Jeanette Walker has asked what kit she needs to join in with the lessons Barbara was talking about. Okay, so Barb's got this idea of doing these like 1, 2, 3 courses, hasn't she?
Yes.
And there'll be paid online workshops. There'll be, I know Barb wants to do like a gel press one. I think she wants to do a stencily one. And obviously Louise will be doing some parchment ones. So they're still being planned at the moment. As you can imagine, it just takes a little bit of time to put all that in place. And lovely Louise only joined us yesterday, right in the middle of the half price member sale. So more to come, more will be revealed on that. If, however, Jeanette's referring to the craft along that Barb is doing on Thursday evening at 7 o'clock, if you go to, I did have that piece of paper, where did I put that? There is a downloadable ingredients list. It's just over there, Louise. If you go to the claritycraft.com website, okay, there we go, that's a Thursday. Yeah, if you go to the claritycraft.com website, and as you scroll a little bit down, there's a section right in the middle that says online workshops, craft alongs, moment of clarity. If you click into that section, then what you will find is some finished pictures of the artwork. You can also download an ingredients list so that you can work through exactly what you need ahead of time for Thursday. Tick your little list, say, yeah, I've got this, I've got that. And then you can join in live on Thursday at 7 p.m. Okay, there's also a little button that if you click about the products being used, and you can go there, and if there's anything you need to top up on, then you can do that as well. Now, if you can't tune in live on Thursday, then don't worry, it'll be available after. So maybe you've got to dash out somewhere or you've got prior appointments, it's always going to be there and it's all free. So hopefully that sort of answered the questions, or the question from Jeanette, and hopefully I've covered both of those, but if I haven't, I'm sure Gracie will let me know. Okay, so let's go back and have a look at this. Wrong camera. There we go. You'll get used to these cameras, Louise. Okay, so glasses for me are definitely required at this point. And I traced out the heart, exactly how it came on the plate, like so. So you can see there. I didn't add in these little corners. I just wanted to take the shape because it was the centerpiece I wanted to concentrate on. Yeah. So I used, say, the 2-needle fine to perforate. And I found, I mean, what I found was easier to do with the 2-needle tool was to come down one side, turn my artwork, go along that way. So I did each square individually. And I found that that worked best for me. Yeah. So now that it's all perforated, now we can look at the picot cutting. Now, we have 3, I call them weapons, they're not weapons. They are scissors of choice. Okay, so we have our exclusive. All of these are in the half price now. We have the ring lock and we have the perga cutters. Okay, now I think in the half price now, these are £7. I think these are 14 each. Okay, so if you're looking, maybe you haven't got to that stage of your picot cutting just yet, but I assure you, once Louise starts showing you what you can do, then you'll be snipping away like crazy. So you may want to stock up on the scissors now, especially in the half price sale.
Which one's your choice?
Okay, so my favourite is the ring lock, and the reason I prefer those is because they've got larger apertures for my chunky fingers. If I'm going to do a lot of picot cutting, like using Josie's lace work, then I go for these are the perga cutters. I call them squizzers.
Okay.
What are your favourites, Louise?
I like the squizzers.
You like the squizzers? Yeah. Okay. So
I find they're so much easier. All you have to do is pinch and twist. Pinch and twist.
Pinch and twist. Yes. It sounds like a dance, doesn't it? But what you'll notice that all of them have this curve to them. Okay, regardless of what ones they are. And it's all about the tip of the scissors that are doing it. So although they're scissors, you're not using them to cut paper or card. It is literally just the tips of each of these that is doing all the work, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So I'm going to go with these. Now, Louise goes with the perga cutters. Okay, so let's talk at 2 different things. You've got what we call the spoon position, where it curves up, and we have the fork position, where it curves down.
Everybody does it a different way, don't they?
So when you're using your perga cutters, Louise, do you go down or do you go up?
Mine go down.
Yours goes down.
I find for me that seems to create a really lovely picot cut.
Okay.
I've tried all sorts of different ways.
Yeah.
And that one seems to be the best for me, but everybody's different. Sometimes people prefer them pointing upwards.
Yeah.
That brings a really beautiful picot cut as well. So I don't know, it just seems to be how you feel comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, I think back in the day, traditionally, there was a certain way of holding them and everything else, wasn't there? But we found from experience, it's whatever works for you. If you get we've done parchment retreats before, and I've seen some ladies holding them as really sort of weird positions, but their picot cutting is fantastic.
Yeah, there's no parchment police, so
There's definitely no
you do
parchment
what you want.
police. Absolutely. And when you're picot cutting, do you do it on the flat or do you do it in your hand?
I do it on the flat.
On the flat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I use my Pico foam.
Yeah.
And I actually put it on top of some, just super foam,
Mm.
and then I just Pico
Snip
cut
away.
that. Yeah, I used to actually do it.
I
upwards.
learned in my
Yeah.
hand. I think for me, learning by holding it in my hand gave me that level of how far the scissors needed to go in.
Yes, yeah. I think it's good to learn.
Yeah.
With it holding, because then you can. I used to put my finger behind just to see how
far the
much was
scissors,
going through.
and whether the parchment turned red or not. We've gone too far. Okay, so let's go to this camera. So I'm going to go with my ring lock scissors. Now I prefer to hold them in the spoon position with the curve coming up. And when I'm holding them, I come in from underneath with my thumb and my forefinger. And it's like as if I'm playing the recorder. That's the way so these fingers here create my balance. Okay.
I have tried using the ring locks as well, and that's usually the way that I would hold them.
In that same position
yes.
as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is it's literally the tips of the scissors are going in to the point, and then because I've got them in that curve position, it's already sort of lifting it up slightly. That's what I find. And then I'm just going to squeeze gently, and as I squeeze, it starts to form a little point, and then I just tilt it slightly towards me as I snip. Okay, then I'll go into the next one and I repeat that process. Now, rather than then turn it round and do the whole square, I tend to go all in one direction at the same time. What about you, Louise? Would you do each square individually, or do you do it all in one direction first? Or does it vary on the design?
I think it varies. Yes, I think for this, I would follow what you're saying. I think I would do one square at a time. Usually, when I'm doing grid work, I would do all one way.
Yeah.
All over the design, and then turn it, and then do.
And then do all of that. Looks, because it's quite satisfying when you hear that little snip.
It's relaxing, isn't it?
It is, snip, snip. And you sort of get into the rhythm of how far to open the scissors as well, don't you?
Yes, you just get a feel for it, don't you? The more you do it, the better your picots become.
And let me ask you, Louise, how long did it take you to learn picot cutting?
I started when I first. I kind of really wanted to just get involved straight away with the picot cutter, and I just tested different ways.
Yeah.
So I like to just go all in. So I kind of actually did it more or less at the same time as I was learning everything else.
Right.
Took me a few weeks to get the hang of it. They looked a bit jaggedy at the beginning, but with the more grid work, I remember I was doing samples, design team samples before when I worked here last, and the more design team samples that were coming through, the better the picot cuts looked.
I suppose it's like anything. The more you practice,
it is.
Hopefully, the easier it becomes, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
So what you'll notice now that I'm doing is my hand this hand here isn't moving. As I'm going around that bend, I'm moving the parchment. Okay. And this is where I got a little bit carried away with the cutting there. There we go. Nothing like a little bit of live TV. Right, so then I'm going to go in this direction. And there's always one that I miss. Are you the same? Do you always get one? There's always one that sort of hangs on, isn't there?
Yes, I noticed actually on a design team piece. I was about to put it in the envelope to bring it here, and I thought, oh, I've missed a bit.
You've missed one. I know, it's so easy to do, isn't it?
Especially when there's so much of it.
So when it comes to parchment craft, what part do you enjoy the most, or can you not sort of say, oh, you just enjoy the whole process, or?
I do enjoy the whole process. I do enjoy the first part when you're, finding composition of where to put everything. I like thinking outside the box and coming up with different ideas.
Yeah.
So I'd say the designing part for me is my favourite.
Right. Okay.
I don't always know where it's going to go when you first start. You think, but no, it ends up working out. But yeah, I do prefer the designing part.
So when you see what's coming through and you look at the plates, do you trace them out first to see what's on the plates, or do you just sort of look at them and go, right, this is what I want to do, or how does your the inner sanctum, how does your mind work? Or do we not want to know?
We don't want to go into that. No, it's I just enjoy the designing part and learning everything as you go along.
Yeah.
It doesn't always work out the first time, but usually the end result tends to work out, doesn't it?
And do you do sort of like a dummy run, or do you sort of like mock it up, or do you just go for it and then adapt as you go along?
I do tend to just go for it. I get so excited when I see a design plate, a Groovi plate, that I just get excited and my mind just starts ticking, and I can't help but just come up with all these different designs. I kind of trace out probably a design, probably about 5 or 6 pieces.
Yeah.
And then my favourite designs from that, well, then I'll just keep going with them and do the colouring and the grid work.
Right.
I get a bit overexcited when I see the plates. I can't help it.
Which I think is quite good, because I think sometimes some of our friends at home, look, that's all fallen out already. For me, when I was stamping back in the day, for me, I like to sort of stamp them out and play around, and pattern building was my thing.
Yes.
And on some of the Groovies, you can create that type of pattern building effect, can't you?
Which is what Tina's done quite a bit with some of her artwork. She pattern builds with what we're going to see in a while, with all the corners from Tina's floral swirls.
And some people have that mindset where they can sort of look at it and go, all right, this, as you said, like you sort of go through and you say, yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that. But some people, of our friends, just think, no, I just want to take the plate exactly how it comes, and just create beautiful line art.
Which is the good thing about it, is that you can do both. You can follow the design with these all-in-one plates. You can follow the design as it comes, but then you can also do other things with it. It's just so versatile. You have frames in the all-in-one plates as well as different designs. And you can see by the design team samples that we'll see in a minute, just how you can do one thing, but you can also do all of these other designs from just this one plate.
I know, it's so clever, and I'm going to stop doing this in a moment, but I've got carried away now. I'm going to stop at that point there.
You've done quite a bit.
Okay. It doesn't take long, does it?
No.
Once you get going, once you get into the snipping. Okay. I tell you what. Okay. Let's see what the response is to this. Okay. I'm going to give this away to somebody for them to finish off.
What a good idea.
Excuse me. Okay. So we need to choose a word for our friends to enter into the chat.
Right.
So what do you think? What about Pico? Pico. Okay. If you put the word, this word nobody puts anything there. If you put the word Pico in the chat, and then by the end of the hour, we'll go through, we'll scroll through, and we'll choose somebody to finish this piece of artwork off for me. You haven't got to send it back, don't worry, but I will send it for you to finish off. Okay. Although saying that, this could be, no, I was going to say this could be my PTC, but
It's too square.
No, it's too square, it's too big. Okay. So there we go. So if you want to, if you put Pico in, then we'll choose somebody at the end and we'll send this to you. You can finish it off and then you can share on Facebook what you've done with it.
There's a lot of people that want to finish off your homework.
Excellent. See, that's the way to get your homework done.
Exactly. Somebody else to do it.
Right. Okay. So let's have a look at these plates then that Tina came up with.
These
so
ones?
it all started, with Barb and I did Clarity Social TV. I think it was this year. You know what? I've lost track of. It was either earlier this year or it was towards the end of last year. And these plates here, these are A4 squares. So these are Tina's florals and swirls Groovi plates.
They are beautiful.
Okay. This one is number 2, and this one, no, that's number 1, and this is number 2. So lovely Tina Cox designed these, and when you have a look at all the different elements on them, okay, you've got, see, for me, this is like corner build, like pattern building the corners.
Perfect for your pattern building.
Yeah, you've got different flowers on there, and when you really look into some of the details, what's on these plates, there is so much. I mean, you've got, look, a lovely star there.
Yes.
You've got these tiny little flowers here. So what Tina did after she designed these and we put them on TV, this was one of the pieces of artwork that she came up with. Okay. So this came from these 2 plates. Okay. A few other plates we used as well. Okay. Could you pass me the green one, please, Louise? Yeah. There we go. And we'll look at all 4 of the different ones. This was another piece from Tina. And I'm going to zoom in now so we can have a look at the artwork. Okay. So that one there, the black and white. This one here. So you can see Tina would have used the nested scallop circles, the nested scallop squares. Then this one here uses the flowers, the letterbox from the plate mate, little butterfly from one of Tina's. Again, you can see Tina's used the scallops as well. Okay, and then finally this one here, just using a corner, very best wishes, and this lovely sort of panel, so to speak. Okay, so this is what Tina came up with using these particular plates. So for example, if I take this one here, this green one, okay, you're thinking, wow, goodness me, where has that come from?
And then you're trying to find where it's come from.
Then you're trying to find it to replicate it. So this little section here is this section here.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I take the plate and lay it over the top, okay, we can see that Tina has traced that element out there within a circle. Then she's moved it round, then she's moved it round and moved it round, etc., etc. Then we have a look at this little element here. Where's that come from? So let's have a look at the other plate. Okay, so yeah, so you can obviously, Tina's mind, I reckon, works like your mind. So you can see here is that little flourish there.
Yes.
Okay. So when Barb was looking at these, when we did that show a couple of months back, Barb said, you know what? These plates from Tina are absolutely amazing and you can do so much with them. Okay. But wouldn't it be great? Maybe some of our friends at home are new to Groovi and they want to be able to create artwork like Tina with ease. So this is where the all-in-one plates came about. So we launched these last Friday and they've proved really, really popular.
Yes,
and Jazz worked her magic. So she took Tina's artwork, she scanned it in, and then she made it completely symmetrical. Okay, because obviously Tina created these by hand by positioning it here and positioning it there. Yeah. So you've got the 4 different plates. Now we've got the complete collection, which is item number 42436. Obviously, because we've just released them, they're not in the half price sale. No. So normally they're £47.95. Okay, you've got a special price of £37.96, which means you're getting the A5 parchment for free.
Oh, wow, that's good.
Plus, you get your club discount. Okay, so if you're a Diamond Club member, where you belong to all 3 clubs, then you're going to save another 15% off of that £37.96.
That's good.
Okay, and you've got the instant artwork.
Exactly, it's all there ready for you to go. If you wanted to create a card straight away,
Absolutely.
you don't even have to think. You can
You
just
don't have to think.
enjoy and trace and colour.
There we go. So what Louise has decided, we had a little chat before. Louise, see, it's hard to choose a favourite. Okay, so Louise has decided that she is going to show us how we can recreate this from Tina Cox. Now, we've already got the head start because
it's all there
we've got the Groovi plate. Okay. Now, would you believe that this Groovi plate creates that?
I know, it's
Okay,
beautiful, isn't it?
because when you look at it, it has all the cutting abilities if you want to, but you've also got frames in there, you've got the sentiments that you can mix and match between the 4 different designs. Obviously, we don't have black parchment anymore, so Louise is going to be using the midnight blue.
Yes.
Because we found that by using the midnight blue with black card behind it, it's almost black, isn't
almost
it?
black. Plus, it gives you a nice little bit of pop of a colour as
It
well.
does,
Doesn't it?
indeed. So if you want to join Louise on her journey starting next week, then this is the plate she's going to be using, and she's going to take us through. I mean, the tracing out, as we said, job done.
Yes.
So
that's the easy part.
That's the easy. That's the easy part, says Louise. And then what Louise is going to do, she'll then guide us through. So we're using some basic grids in the background.
Diagonal grids, yeah.
Yep, diagonal grids in the background. We're going to do some white. I say we. Louise is going to be doing some white work. We've got perforating, and I suppose, Louise, that if our friends at home aren't quite at that stage of doing the picot cutting, then we can obviously just work on the design. But these little infill areas and maybe these little patterns in the middle will give a different look as well, won't they?
It will look really lovely. Yeah. Either way, if you don't want to do the snipping, perforating and snipping, you can do different things with it. You could maybe do also a different colour.
Yeah.
In there.
Absolutely. So should we have a look at some artwork for this particular plate? Because I know I didn't get a chance to show much on TV on Friday.
Yes.
Okay, so let's have a look. So let's just go for, okay, so this piece of artwork from Hazel Edwards.
Lovely.
So all Hazel has used is this bit here. Look, that row along there. That's all it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just that one bit repeated.
Really lovely colours she's used as well.
Yeah. Then this one from Jane. See, I love the black and the white.
Like that, yeah.
Okay. So Jane has taken this in a frame. See, this is where sometimes you don't see the design within the design.
Unless you trace it out and you spend some time looking at
it.
Yeah,
and Jane's combined it with one of the other plates. So she's changed the sentiment for the For You plate and popped that in the middle. See, we've got some lovely fancy tool work around the outside. Then we've got one from Karen Jackson.
That's lovely colours.
So this is the same frame, but look, just turned at an angle. Okay. And then Karen has taken these elements and put on the inside. This one here from lovely Glynis. I reckon that's a Jane Nesterenko butterfly, isn't it? Let's have a look. Jane's Agapanthus. There we go. I recognise Jane's. And some lovely multi-needle tool work around the outside. Then let's have, got this piece from Francis Knott. I don't even need to look at this one.
No, you know it's
Francis Knott. Look, it's crazy. It's just this.
Yeah, and the lovely edging as well around the outside.
Yeah, look at that.
So delicate, isn't it?
That's beautiful. Oh, that's come from the same plate, hasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, I didn't realise that. So this scroll work around the outside is this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Clever. Wow, I didn't even notice that. Then if you do your little mini makes, you do little tags. Is that Glynis? Oh, it's a Carol Baker. Then one here from Jill Askham.
Oh, that's lovely.
That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah,
like that. Well. And then what else got? This one's
Ooh,
rather lovely. It's
I
from
love
Julie
that.
Campbell.
Stamping and parchment combined. Isn't it
Yeah,
lovely?
don't they work so well?
They really do.
So Julie has created the background with the Builder Reef stamp set, isn't it? I reckon
Yeah.
that's what that is,
You can make
using
your
the
own
stamp
paper,
pens.
can't you?
Yeah, for the backing. Kiss Builder Reef stamp collection, spring and summer stamps, the stamp pens.
Oh, that is lovely.
That's really lovely. I like that. It ties in so well.
It does.
And then the colouring on this one from Josie Davidson. So for me, it looks a little bit more festive from the colouring.
Yes, that looks a bit more Christmassy, doesn't it? You could do it different designs.
Yeah.
Christmas,
So you've got those
birthday.
corners in there, and then there's that square frame, but twisted, and then taken one of the other sentiments from the middle.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Okay. And then I love the elegance of this one.
Yeah.
Karen Jackson. Okay. Simple but beautiful. And this sentiment, I love this sentiment. No matter how you spend your day, hope it's special in every way. And that's the sentiments plate that's got four. I think it's got 4 different sentiments on them.
Yeah,
really so useful. That would be my all-time favourite stamp and Groovi plate with sentiments on.
And this kind of shows that you don't have to do all of the intricate work for it to look beautiful. You know, that is a beautiful card in itself, and there's no pico cutting or anything like that. It's just a little bit of white work.
I know.
And it's so
and that's
elegant.
that bus journey, isn't it? Step 1 on the bus journey, trace out the artwork, job done.
It's beautiful.
So that's the first of the 4 plates. And then if we have a look at, which one should we go for? Yeah, let's go for that one next. Okay, so let's pop that artwork to one side. So then we've got, I'm going to pop that over there. And the next Groovi plate, this one is the For You. And I've hidden the finished artwork from Tina, probably in the bottom of this pile. Yes, there we go. So which one? Oh, Louise, I've lost it. I'm looking for the finished piece of artwork from Tina.
Oh no. Where's it gone?
So I like this one. This is that scroll and the hearts. Well, it's definitely got to be there, isn't it?
Yeah. It's green, isn't it?
Yeah. Talk amongst yourselves, friends.
How do you count?
I bet it's at the bottom of the course. No?
Right.
Okay, we'll come back to this one then. Let's have a look at this one. Louise is going to go on the hunt. Yeah. It's probably hiding. So let's bring this one in and the plate for that one. Okay, so this is the With Love plate. So when Tina's created this, she's used the nested scallop squares. She's used the nested circles to create the frames. Now, the all-in-one plate does exactly what it says on the tin. It is an all-in-one. Okay, and what we chose to do was to leave out the letterboxes and the butterfly so that you could then decorate it however you wish to. Okay, it's completely disappeared. We'll find it after the show. You watch.
It got stuck in.
That's strange.
That is strange. Yeah, we'll find it as soon as the show's finished.
Yeah, of course we will. Okay, so this is the lovely design from Tina, which you can create now with ease. Okay, and I'm going to just take the artwork and we'll just have a look at some artwork. So this one is the lovely Louise. So this is where, oh no, that's the wrong pile. It's that one over there. I can't reach. Sorry, Louise.
Oh, sorry.
There we go. We were all organised.
It was all organised.
Now, I really like this one, Karen Jackson.
Oh, that's beautiful.
The lovely rainbow. This has all been pico cut. Okay, so Karen's just taken the inner circle and the design. She's cut out the flowers and pico cut those. Then we've got this one from Jill Askham. So Jill's taken the circular part, added in, and then she's put her own pattern in the background, like so. Then another one from Louise. So Louise has taken the flower along there, and then she's taken the heart from the other plate and created that frame around there. It really has disappeared,
It
hasn't it?
really has, yeah. And I don't know where it's gone. Gone into the rolls of...
And then this one's nice from Carol Baker. She's pico cut loads of different flowers out. But I love this circle. And Jane very kindly created a piece for me to demonstrate, which I'd never got a chance to completely finish, where you can continue just like this, that circle with the design. This one is from Karen Jackson, Linda's owl. Doesn't that work really well? For me, this is like bamboo shoots. I don't know why, but you get the lovely sort of look on that one. Do you think?
Beautiful, yes.
Yeah.
I love the owl.
Okay, so that is that one. Okay, so then we're going to move on to the third plate, which is the very best wishes. And I just love that you can take what's in Tina's head and recreate it with ease. Now, maybe if you've got the large ones, you can still replicate those as well. It's all about having choices, isn't it?
It is, yes, and they're all beautiful as well.
Okay, so the piece of artwork for this one is there. So I like this. This could be used for various different occasions, couldn't it? So we've got that corner piece there and this lovely sort of panel.
Yes, that is beautiful, that is.
And then we've got some artwork from the design team. This one's from Carol Pankstello. So she's just taken that and put it in the top, taken the outer frame and then infilled. See that sentiment again. Look, no matter how you spend your day, hope it's special in every way.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So now it becomes like a clever corner and creates the complete frame. That one was from Carol Baker again. See, this corner here, I could have hours and hours of fun with it, just like Hazel Edwards has. So creating that sort of pinwheel effect.
Yes.
Then we go all trad with the lovely Frances, where she's taken that, on there, the little hearts from that other plate. Then this is nice and zesty from the lovely Jane. So using the two corners to create a complete frame, coloured in to complement the designer paper in the background. Really nice, isn't it? And I think this shows the artwork really sort of shows how versatile these plates are when it comes to colour as well. Don't forget, all the coloured parchment is still half price in the club member sale. This one's from Josie.
That's a lovely colour, isn't it?
That's nice. I like that. That is that the lilac? Let's have a look. Very violet parchment.
Oh, that is a lovely colour. I like that.
So
lovely tool work around the outside.
Yeah, multi-needle tools around there and along the edges as well. And Louise will be looking at multi-needle tools over the year. Break her in gently. This one from Glynis. This is nice. I like this. Glynis has created her own pattern in the frame. Then I like this one. So this one's from Carol. Yeah, mini makes perfect for that, isn't it? Using it as a corner, special mum, and then some little pieces around the outside.
They work as small designs and large designs, don't
yeah, they do.
Well?
And when you think that it originated from an A4 square plate designed by Tina, and it's just that one element here to create that. So maybe you've already got the large A4 square plates. Maybe you want to get them back out the cupboard and have a look at them again, and look at what we've now come up with. So it's all about having choices, isn't it?
It is, yes. And that's the good thing about these plates, is that you can make mini makes out of them.
Yeah.
Just using just a few of the little
elements on them. And then we're going to take the final one. So this is the one we can't. Is it hiding underneath that black piece of card? No. So
it's crazy with that. I don't know.
Have you heard about the Groovi Gremlins?
There's definitely one in here at the moment.
The Groovi Gremlins strike again. Yeah. They really have. That is so strange.
Oh.
We found it.
Hey.
It was shy.
Oh, that's funny, isn't it?
So this is the piece that Tina has created. And what Jazz did, we added a little sentiment in on this one. So all of them have little sentiments on them. So this one is called the For You plate. And you've got these lovely flourishes in the corner. You've got the little hearts in there. You've got these little bouquets of flowers. Really is stunning artwork. So we can have a look at the finished artwork now, Lou, unless you misplaced that one. I think that's the pile, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. So let's have a look at what the design team have done. Hang on. Yeah, here we go. Let's have a look. Be My Valentine. Who was this one? This one is Julie Campbell.
Valentine's Day.
And that is the plate exactly how it comes.
Just different colourway, isn't it?
Yeah, doesn't it look different when it colour has been applied?
Yeah.
And just a little sentiment changed.
It's beautiful.
Look, everyone had the same Glynis. This sentiment. I can't think what this plate's called.
I'm sure it's something.
Is it called Special Day Sentiments?
Yes, that's it. Special Day Sentiments.
This plate is called Special Day Sentiments. It's available in a Groovi and in a stamp. And for me, that's my go-to every single time for sort of like a lovely sentiment, but a generic one. That you can send this, whether it's someone's birthday, anniversary, maybe you're just thinking of someone. For me, that plate is an essential. But look, it's framed beautifully by Tina's design, and that's all it needs, isn't it?
Just a little bit of tool work around it.
Yeah, definitely. This one from the lovely Louise.
A lot of great
wow.
work.
How long, Louise, did it take you to do that one?
Quite a while.
Good answer.
Yeah, quite a while, and I got a bit.
Because you've combined it with the Richelieu, haven't you?
I have.
That's a little bit of Richelieu in the background. That background plate from Linda Williams. So when you look at what Louise has done, it's just this bit here, isn't it? So you've done that, and then a flower, then some scallops, flower. So that creates the frame. Am I right in that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then you got this one, which is this one, top and tail, and then side by side.
And then the little heart.
And then the little heart.
Yeah.
Where'd the little heart come from on the plate?
Yeah. I just haven't put the inner bit in.
Of course.
Yeah.
So you haven't entwined it.
I haven't entwined it. I've just done the outside shape.
Ah, clever. This is nice from Carol Pankstello. I love the colours on this one.
The cameras don't do them justice, do they? Sometimes
they really don't. With
so
the
much glitter, and it's so beautiful.
I don't know whether. There we go. Look at that. You can see that sparkle. Wow. Thank you, Grace. Grace has popped that Special Day sentiment. Seriously, folks, if you're new to Groovi or to stamping, that is in my top 10. That would be number one out of all the clarity stamps. And I know it sounds really weird, but for me, that is. I remember when Barb released it in a stamp all those years ago, and I was on the design team. I used it on everything because it's nice on the inside of the card. Or as a centerpiece.
It's a go-to, isn't it? Really, if you just want a sentiment, and it is like you say, it's generic. So it's for quite a lot
rather than sort of saying happy birthday, and I think it's got 4 or 5 different sentiments on it, and it's also got a rose, like a flower, hasn't it?
Flowers on it as well.
So so if you're looking to add to your stash, and I know they will definitely be in the half-price club member sale as well. Okay, this one's nice. This one's another one from Louise. So Louise has definitely thought outside the box on this one. It's more like patchwork on that one. Then, this is nice. Jill Askham. So I reckon that's Barb's Loving Heart in the middle. and then just using it's coloured parchment. It's just, I love it. A little bit of revealing of
beautiful.
the
all the different tones of colour, isn't it? You've got the
yeah.
darker.
So talk us
reds
through
and-
this one, Louise.
So you've got some beautiful white work, I noticed, on the flowers. So it's just using the nested squares and then a nice little bit of grid work. Created just some really lovely, it looks a bit like stitching, doesn't it?
I reckon that's from a plate, I reckon.
How they've joined up the...
Should we have a look on the back?
Yeah.
Should we have a look on the back? Right, let's have a look. Let's see. Pink extended nested squares, out of frame from Linda's Guide to Gridwork book.
They've used
Linda's Guide to Gridwork, that book. So that pattern will be in there.
Yeah, that is a beautiful pattern. It just looks like stitching.
Yeah, I'm going to come in on this camera over here. Let's see.
Oh, there you go.
Look.
Yeah.
Look at that pattern. So that pattern is a series of dots, and then it's just joined up, isn't it?
Yeah, that's beautiful. That is. How much work do you think?
I know. Can you imagine?
Wow.
Wow. Good, and it's perfection.
Well done.
That's Jill Ascombe.
Jill, yeah, well done.
Wow.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
You know what? I think that could be another plate. I'd pay for a plate to have that already on there.
Oh, I know. The cogs are turning.
Goodness me. This is nice Glynis again. Just that centerpiece. Josie's circular grids. This one from Carol Pankstello. Look at the sparkle.
That's so sparkly.
Designer papers in the background. This one's Julie Campbell. Oh, that's from one of those other plates, isn't it? That's from the previous collection.
Yeah, that's from Linda's.
That's from the Richelieu. And then this is the frame from one of the other plates.
They look so beautiful together, don't they?
Yeah.
Just that one plate.
And then finally, this one is another one from Louise. Louise has taken the heart to create a frame around the outside. Then this, all the way around, is just that flower. That flower. Yeah. And the heart all the way around.
Yeah, and then the flowers are just from the other plate. From
the first one. I think that's the with love, isn't it?
Yeah, I've just used that flower there.
Yeah. Okay, let's bring that one in. So that's the with love plate to create those.
Yeah.
Wow. See, Louise she's got this same mindset as as Tina. So if you like Tina's designs, then you're definitely going to love seeing what Louise is going to bring to us. But starting next week, Louise will be working with this particular design.
And I fell in love with that.
Yeah, it's hard to choose out of the four, isn't it?
It is, it really is.
So Sue Carpenter says in the book, Linda's Guide to Gridwork, it's pattern 6A. Oh, there we go. So yeah, so starting next week, Louise will be starting us on a journey to recreate this.
So you're going to need diagonal grids.
Yep.
Midnight blue parchment.
Yep.
Plain parchment.
Yep.
Your embossing tools.
Yep.
And perforating tools. And then
I reckon, yeah. I mean, how far do you reckon we'll get in the first week? Probably tracing out.
I would say the main tracing.
Yeah.
So I'd probably do the main tracing of the plain parchment.
Yeah.
And the tracing on the midnight blue parchment around the outside. I think that's what we'll be able to do. And
do you reckon we'll make a start on... So after you've done the tracing out, what would your next step be? Would it be then to start on the white work?
I would do the white work next, yes.
Okay. So potentially next week, let me bring that plate in, the actual plate itself. So, which is this one. Yeah. So I reckon next week we'll probably get the plate traced out exactly as it comes. And then maybe a start on the white work. You reckon?
I reckon, yeah. So, yeah, one layer of the white work, maybe two or three layers of white work there.
Right.
So maybe the white work we could do as homework.
Homework. Look,
After next week.
she's setting homework
Already.
So, right, I need to choose a winner
Oh, yes.
to finish off my homework. Wherever the gremlins, right. So the winner to finish off my homework is going to be, I'm not looking, and the winner is Angela Wright.
Well done.
I was going to say congratulations.
Congratulations. Well done.
Commiserations. No, if you drop me an email, which is paul@claritystamp.com with your address, then I'll get that packaged and sent out to you.
And it'd be lovely to see it when you're finished as well.
Yes. Yeah, if you want to.
If you want to, that is.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us. Really looking forward to next week and the journey that Louise is going to take us on. Thank you for your company. Thank you to the lovely Gracie for helping out in the chat.
Thank you, Grace.
And also our lovely friends for popping up and helping as well. So what we've got the rest of this week. So we've got no more social TV now until Thursday evening, which is the Craft Along with Barb, live at 7 p.m. Don't forget you can go to the claritycraft.com website, click on the online workshops and craft alongs and Moment of Clarity, and you'll find all that information there. And then on Friday, we're back with 2 hours of Clarity Social TV at 10 and 2. And Barb is bringing us some brand new stamps and masks. I still haven't seen them. Jazz, nobody wants to show me. Jazz hasn't shown me yet. So I'm going to go and have a look. So enjoy the rest of your week. Hopefully we'll see you on Thursday evening, if not on Friday at 10 and 2. Take care now, everybody.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.